We are here at 4226 Sycamore in San Diego, California, 92105. It is Monday, July 10th, 2017. We're going to inspect the main sewer. Did not see any cleanouts on the property, so we're here up on the rooftop of the house. Here at the back added bathroom, we have a 2-inch ABS vent here. Got an initial 90-degree, another turn right here. It should be leading down into the vent for the toilet and possibly shared for the shower. Looks like we've got another turn. Looks like this may be the entry into the drain and sewer line. Okay, this particular camera that we have is a stiffer push rod, so we're not going to be able to continue down this line through that part of the vent. We can initially see that this dumping section right here, this T-junction is a sanitary T laying on its back and not a combo fitting. And that's why our camera is just hitting straight into the pipe. We're not allowed to lay sanitary T's on their backside. You have to use a combo fitting or a Y fitting, and that causes more direction of flow for both the water, and in this case, of course, for a drain cable or a camera cable to go the proper direction. So, looks like in the crawl space, if this is accessible, this is not exactly plumbed the right way. Not going to cause any function issues, but not going to allow somebody to do a camera inspection or snaking from here properly. So we're going to pause the video, and we're going to go over to the next vent stack, which we believe is next to the lavatory sinks here in this master bathroom. Okay, so that is the vent pipe right there we just went through. We're now going to go ahead and go through this vent pipe, which is the next in line. We believe is again directly over the lavatory somewhat. A couple 90-degree turns here again because of how they offset from the rooftop with vent piping, so it's going to make it a little bit tougher. Get all these lines down. That should be the T-junction right here that we're looking at where the lavatory sink empties into. Looks like that's where the second lavatory drain probably empties into. We did notice under the sink that was not a direct T-junction with the vent, but if this is where that line ties into, then that would be okay. It's called a wet vent and is permitted. Okay, here's, you can see we did go into a proper Y fitting that time. So now we're carrying across the main sewer line here. This is all new plastic pipe. Okay, this is the T-junction that should be picking up the laundry line. In the laundry room, there is no knockout in the recess box or exposed drain line, so they need to cut that out. Appears that there's got to be a line there, but it's not exposed. But we do see here a T-junction, and that's got to be for the laundry, so that's good. Here we have a turn on the line. A couple small turns. Looks like this is now tying in off the back of the other bathroom. So we can see right here, here's the original cast iron pipe. And there we can see we're now starting to connect into off of the tub and shower that's in that bathroom there. So we're going to have a hard time pushing beyond this point from this original cast iron out from this vent pipe. So we're now going to go ahead and pause the video again, pull our camera out, and go from the original cast iron vent above the other bathroom. Okay, so we just went through those vents over there above the master bathroom. We're now moved over to right above the original bathroom. There's an original 4-inch cast iron vent pipe here. This will lead directly down into the main sewer. Got a little bit of cobwebs and debris on our camera there. Let's see if that'll kind of wash off as we go down the line here. Looks like we've got a turn on the line here. Looks like this should be the turn where we're dumping into the sewer, but you see we've got tons of flaking. You can see all that material that's actually bound up in the line here. It's just falling into the system. See, it's just cascading down the pipe here. This is the cast iron pipe flaking apart. Looks like this is inhibiting us from getting our camera down the line. You can see all that debris just coming down. So normally this is where a plumber would have to snake and clean out the line unless they were going to pull the toilet inside the house. And as you can see, we've got all this heavy buildup in the line from the flaking of the wall, the pipe. So we're not able to get down in through there. You can see all those little chunks kind of coming down off the line due to the age of the pipe. It's not uncommon. Going to inhibit our camera from one getting through here and going in the right direction. It's flip-flopping on itself, so we're going to have to go ahead and pull this camera out, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can locate a clean out on the front lawn that we've not discovered, unless this goes to the back, which we know it doesn't at this point, doesn't look like it does. And then we'll see if we can somehow get through the toilet to push out farther. So we're going to pause the recording. Okay, we moved over to the kitchen sinks, and this is the only clean out we have on the property, literally. This is a 2-inch ABS clean out. We do want to point out that the kitchen sink drain vent is not to code. In the city of San Diego, as in most cities in the county of San Diego, you're not permitted to use an auto vent. This is a Studer vent, or what some people call an auto vent. So that little device right there is a spring-loaded vent that allows air into the line, but if the line backs up, it's supposed to then stop the back pressure from flooding out. They will go bad eventually over time and have to be replaced, but they're simply unscrewed and replaced. Again, this is not a permissible vent system for the drain line here. This needed to be either an island style vent or needed to run all the way through the side cabinets over towards this wall here and then go up into the attic and then across and tie into the original kitchen vent, which we can see was actually over towards this side of the building, right next to where the bathroom vent was. For today, right now, we're going to go ahead and try to use this 2-inch vent, drain line, to get into the main sewer. So this is classic pipe. We can see in the crawl space this runs across, and then it's going to 90 into the main sewer. So if we're lucky, we'll be able to carry this all the way out, but there's no guarantee. Okay, so we didn't crawl back into the crawl space, but so same as the other drain line that was connecting into the vent system for the master bathroom that we first went through for the shower and the toilet, there is an improper sanitary T laid on its backside that they use for a T-junction. And again, you're not allowed to do this. It's not going to affect the functionability of this drain, but for snaking purposes and or camera, it's not going to allow us to go the right direction because it's not a directional fitting. So as you can see, our camera just hits the bottom of the pipe and doesn't turn into the system the way it's supposed to. Okay, so right there we're actually going the wrong direction. We're headed back, I think, towards the cast iron. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and flush the toilet and see if we're facing the right direction or the wrong direction. So we're going to run over to the bathroom really quick. We'll leave the video going. You can see a lot of that debris that came down from the vent, from the old degraded cast iron. Looks like it flushed down the line here. So Yeah, and unfortunately, because of the fitting they use, this is preventing our camera from going any further. Normally, if this used a proper T-junction, like you saw in the second vent that we went through, which was a Y fitting, it allows the cable or push rod to flow properly and out. Right now we're dumping into a hard 90-degree turn after we've already made a few others, and it just kind of binds up the cable and doesn't let it flow in a natural direction. And so the same thing would happen with a drain cable. So you can see some of the debris that's there from the line, again, that's kind of falling apart from that old original cast iron from the vent system. So unfortunately we're not able to get out into this main sewer from here either. So we've got one other thing. We can put a specialty camera down through the toilet, and we'll see how far we're able to get with that, and that's going to be our last way to try to inspect the sewer main out to the street. So we're going to pause the video. Okay, we're now here in the original hall bath. We're going to go down through the toilet with a specialty camera we have. Sometimes we're able to maneuver beyond the toilet for quite a distance if we're lucky. So here's where the toilet empties into the line. Let's see here. Looks like kind of made a straight drop into that pipe. I didn't see a T-junction for the vent. So there's some plastic. Must be off the side here, just kind of hiding behind because of the water here. Now here's that debris from the vent that came down. So we're definitely tied into that line. Oh, our camera's flip-flopping over itself. We're going to go ahead and flush the toilet here and see if this helps move this debris and the camera down. Okay, so it looks like we're moving down the line. So this is original cast iron pipe. Let's see how far we're able to get with this. I'm not going to have much of a view. This is a very small camera, and back up for a second here. That little bit of debris and water is not going to give us a real great view, but at least we can see so far there's not a completely cracked or broken line or anything like roots as of yet. We don't have any vegetation right now in the front yards. We don't expect to hopefully find anything like roots in the system. Getting out a pretty good distance on this, fortunately. Now it looks like we're coming up on the original possible property line cleanout, or at least a turn on the line. We can't see with this small camera if that's a Y junction or a T junction, but it looks like we have a change here where we're going down a horizontal line now down to a vertical. So you can see the camera was kind of wobbling there. So here's the cleanout right here. So there we actually can see the original property line cleanout. So that's a T-junction right there, almost at the bottom of the line before it's going to recorrect and become true horizontal again. So here's another 45-degree bend, which we may not be able to make, it looks like, with this camera being out as far as we are, not having the pushing power. So yeah, it looks like that's about as far as we can get. We're going to flush the toilet one time here, run the sink to see if that water helps us get out beyond this to make that quick turn. Not sure if it's going to, but we'll give it a try here. We're going to back up for a second. Once we get some water coming by, we'll see if that can push us through there. Yeah, it's much too difficult for this small push rod and camera to get out where we're trying to get by there. That cast iron with has a little lip on it at the elbow. So fortunately we were able to get out quite far with this through the toilet. So what we're going to do is we're now going to go ahead and pull back up to the line and mark it on the property. We are going to recommend in the future the homeowner may want to have clean outs installed the front yard so that there's access to clean out the sewer system if there's ever a blockage or any issues. Now again, we're not able to get past the property line clean out. The homeowner is responsible for the rest of that line all the way out into the street, which we could not view. We got probably just before the city sidewalk is about how far we were able to get out. If there's a stoppage, plumber still would have to be able to try to clean that out, and there's no real access to that. So we'll pull back right now. We're going to pause the video, and then we'll locate the line closer to the front of the house where it would be the shallowest part to dig it up and put in a clean out. So we'll pause the video. Okay, we pulled our camera back out and we did go ahead and locate the line. So we just want to show here the front of the property, and right here you got a little flower bed with a bunch of bark and stuff in it. And as we come across here, it's going to be kind of hard to see on the video exactly, but right there is a green painted stripe in the grass. So you can see that line right there. The pipe, the main sewer is passing right under that exact line at about 1 feet 9 inches deep to the bottom of the pipe. So it's right at about 23 inches deep. So we've located here in the grass, which is kind of a diggable area right outside the house. That would be in the future if there's any other problems that need to be cambered further out. Again, past that little drop-off you see there for where the end of the grass is, that's as far as we could get to, which is right before the sidewalk. That's where they'd have to put the cleanouts in right here at the easiest spot to then snake and clean out the line in either direction once the cleanouts are put in, and or camera the rest of the system. We're going to pause the video for 1 second. Okay, so we just wanted to show really fast. We're here in the laundry room, and there's our dryer duct vent leading to the outside, and then here's the recessed box for the water comes up. It's actually coming from up overhead, so that's why the lines are at the top of the box. There is no drain line here in the box. There's a cutout on the bottom, which we can only assume that is where the drain is and is present for the system, but there's nowhere to empty in your washing machine right now. So they need to open that up and verify that there's a drain line. We did see the vent, which appears to be for the laundry on the rooftop, and when we cambered the line from the master bathroom around the corner, we did see that T-junction, but that line needs to be exposed. Additional quick note, because it's plumbing related, is there's no gas line in here. So there's also no 220 vent line for electric, which means there's no way to connect a dryer. So they neglected to run either gas or electricity to be able to run a dryer inside this unit. So we wanted to point that out really quick too. So that concludes the recording for this property.